Is this thing on? All right, everybody, welcome back. Nameless Podcast, episode 5, I believe we're on now. And joining me today, I have here Legend himself, and I also have Coder returning for somehow the 5th time in a row without
Howdy
missing.
ho, gamers.
So, boys, how are we doing today? It's been a hot minute since I've spoken to Legend on the podcast. Coder, you're a weekly kind of guy. You're here all the time. You never miss it.
He's a
Legend, on
weekly
the other
kind of
hand,
guy.
Legend, on the other hand, has not been here. I think for 2 now.
I missed the very first one, and then I missed last week. All right, don't
What's
give
your
me hell.
excuse for not being here?
Let's not talk about it because it's not a great story.
Well, we're just gonna say that you were planning the Tango and EGO merge. And,
Yes, that's we'll go with that. That is
Arby is
exactly
out here trying to start fires in the streets.
Yeah,
that was top priority.
I'm trying to start problems already. So anyway, boys, happy Father's Day. Coder, I know you're expecting 3 children of your own, right? You want to talk
Happy
about them?
Father's Day to a bunch of gamers who have no kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah, so Coder,
Arby, I made Arby pregnant, so we're expecting a couple children.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh wow.
I'm glad we're off to a hot start here.
Yes, without a doubt. All right, so Father's Day out of the way. None of us have children. None of us are fathers. We're all deadbeat.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. Another.
Could you imagine Arbiter with children?
No, I really don't. I can't imagine, and I don't want to. Could you imagine?
That's terrifying.
They would probably break off from EGO and start PG2. Honestly, that I could see. So anyway, let's cut the Father's Day celebrations because we'll wait for Mother's Day to actually.
Well, shout out! All right, we got it. Shout out to Big Tram who has 4 kids.
Yeah,
there you go. Shout out Big Tram. Let's everybody.
And Summer.
Everybody give Big Tram a big round of applause,
not a dad,
please. Summer is super not a dad. Good job, Coder. Jesus Christ.
I'm so bad at this.
All right, well, before Coder ruins anything else, let's go ahead and move into some housekeeping stuff. We actually have a lot of stuff that's happened since the last time we were here at the start of the month.
Yeah.
Legend, I'm going to throw it over to you for the first one. We have, unfortunately, actually some sad news to start off with, if you'd...
Yeah, I mean, it really sucks when it boils down to that we have to announce stuff like this, and we've had to do it a handful of times, and it's probably one of the worst things to have to handle. It's just, I mean, imagine handling things like this in real life, but then you have to do it over the internet for people you've never met, although you have, significant bonds and such. It's not the easiest, and it's definitely, it just sucks. So we published the news earlier this week that Rogue Sniper had passed. And for those of you that are very familiar with him, probably played Counter-Strike and were involved in Counter-Strike in some regard. For some of the folks that came over from other communities or haven't been in EdgeGamers for, a significant amount of time. I'm saying like more than maybe 3-4 years. Rogue Sniper is probably one of our longer tenured members that we've had in the community, and he's got me beat. He was an EdgeGamers member since 2007, I believe. So, I mean, here for a very long time, and significantly contributed Counter-Strike, made a lot of the jail maps that were on the EdgeGamers jailbreak server, made probably one of the best fan favorite maps having to do with EdgeGamers through high school, which you guys were talking that of high school because it was a TTT map, but it was actually, we had a EdgeGamers Counter-Strike source server that had it was a bomb map, and it was dedicated to that map for years. I mean, it was like an EdgeGamer staple thing. So it really sucks when we have to announce stuff like that. It's a really big downer, especially when you make bonds, you make friendships and stuff, and then you gotta abruptly say goodbye without really saying goodbye. So, best of wishes to the family and everything, but it sucks losing one of our own.
Yeah, we've talked about it before, but you make good friends here, so to all you guys that lost a good friend, you have my condolences, and I'm sure everybody else in EGO.
Yeah, it's pretty mind blowing that you get impacted when you hear news like this, when you've never met somebody face to face, but you have a friendship that's just on a unique level. And I was even explaining this to some people at work, and it's tough to put into words and explain and get people to understand that it's like, hey, I play video games online with people, and I've played with them for probably 10 years now. I've never met them face to face, but they're probably some of my best friends that I have. I mean, it's a tough concept to understand for some people. And I was explaining that this happened to some of my work folks, and they're like, wow, that must be, pretty unique that you've never met these people face to face, but you take such an impact from the things that they do, and you can really truly call them friends. I mean, it just goes to show that what we have in terms of like gamer culture, just gaming communities, you can make some pretty significant friendships here and have some pretty unique bonds.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys can probably attest to that you probably have some of your greatest friends that you've met through the internet, and you probably haven't met face to face, but you text all day. You're on social media, and maybe you connect once a year, that you actually get together once a year with people.
Yeah, some of them live on the East Coast. They call you in the middle of work, expect you to answer your phone.
Yes.
They're more needy than any girlfriend you've ever had in your entire life. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know you're talking about Joey and not me.
Oh, I'm absolutely talking about Joey. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, obviously our condolences go out to everybody who's affected, and unfortunately, June really has not been an easy month. We also said goodbye to not a person, but a supported game. Gary's Mod closed its doors. Legend, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, it was just kind of the time to make that move. It's something that we've been paying close attention to over, I don't know, the last couple of months, and the leadership teams as well as the community management teams approached it and said, hey, it's that time. It's time to move on and do something a little bit differently. And a lot of the leadership went over to Counter-Strike. So, I mean, a lot of what they're already used to, they're going to be finding in Counter-Strike anyway, so nothing too different. But yeah, I mean, it's never, again, fun having to close down games, but I think this was kind of one that a lot of people saw on the horizon with the activity levels and just the age that Gary's Mod was presenting.
Yeah, it's crazy that game's been kicking for 12 or 13 years now. I mean, I know personally I have almost like 2,000 something hours in it. That was how I got into PG and then EGO. So
it's inevitable that's going to happen, that if we support games, there's just going to be an end of life. I mean, look at Day of Defeat. We've supported Day of Defeat from the beginning, and we've also had a strong Day of Defeat presence. But at some point, we're gonna get to that position that it's like there's nothing more we can do in this game. Do I ever want that to approach for Day of Defeat? No, but yeah, I mean that's our game that we built from. But I mean it's bound to happen someday,
Yeah. But let's transition off some negative stuff. Let's talk about some positives. So
yeah, let's definitely change the tone, please, because we are in the dumps right now.
Yeah, we are in the dumpster, but we're getting out of the dumpster.
Whoa, we don't got to be in the dumpster. Holy crap.
All right, maybe not the dumpster yet. We're in like the garbage truck going to the dumpster. So we're going to turn leadership changes with the Gmod closing. Obviously, we had a bunch of new leadership come in from Gmod. We have Michael Bolton back in the community yet again. Well, he's been here for a while, but he is now back as manager over in CS. And then I believe Ashdix is over there. I believe Ashdix took over EC.
Why are you saying her name like that?
All right, how do you want me to pronounce it?
Ashdix.
It's Ashdix.
No, you're definitely saying Ashdix, and I need you to say
Do you like fish sticks?
I'm okay. Yeah, actually, that's probably the only thing I eat. I don't really mess with any fish. So
yeah, Arby really fucks with fish sticks.
I'm gonna just say Ash. I'm sorry, Ash, if I butchered your name. I tried. The other leadership change we had recently was Divine was promoted, I believe, 3 or 4 days ago into member services. I believe he's over there as the event coordinator. So congratulations, Divine. Welcome, and hopefully you don't tender your resignation anytime soon, because we definitely need you.
Divine's one of those people that when he got promoted, everybody was like, "Yeah, it's time." Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, he got community spotlight. I believe it was it the last one or was it the one before that? I can't even remember, but obviously it was pretty clear he was going places right off the. I think he overwhelmingly won the last community spotlight nomination. But talking about promotions, we actually had a whole bunch of Counter-Strike promotions that occurred, I believe, last week. And
Congratulations, people.
Yes. Congratulations to all those beautiful people. Aiden Cows, Grumpy Kitten, Juve, Katie, Lazy Mango, Lily, Muffins, Omer, People's People, Ron Johnson, and White Crayon are now EGs. And our new EGOs are 3D Sam, also known as Adam, Bayfy, Bubbles, Foci, Kaz, and Power Outlet.
Well, let's go.
Tons of new admins and friendly faces in the Counter-Strike division, and I believe we'll be seeing some GTA promotions to start next month, somewhere around that.
I would anticipate there's going to be more news in regards to promotions later tonight.
Ooh.
I know, right?
Come back to that later. We're coming back to that.
Nothing that I can tell you, but I mean, I am privy to some knowledge.
You're gonna tease us like that,
I know
and then
some
just say you can't
things.
tell
That's all. I know some things.
Great. All right, lovely. More housekeeping. Stream Team is back. Coder, you want to talk about the Stream Team returning?
Oh yeah. So if you guys are watching this stream live on Twitch, Stream Team is going to be kind of taking over this channel. You're going to be seeing some awesome content creators and streamers from within EdgeGamers being featured on this channel.
Coder's one of them.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start streaming 110%. Y'all are gonna see me on here all the time.
He's actually gonna be starting an IRL stream.
That'd be great. I don't know if you guys, real quick off of Stream Team, have you guys seen those IRL backpacks that you can rent if you live in Los Angeles? I live kind of close there. Maybe I might do that one day. That'd probably be the most boring stream ever. Just watch me sit at a desk for 8 hours.
It's like I've been watching a bunch of the streamers that are out at DreamHack, and they're just running around DreamHack doing stupid, crazy things. Like you got like Soda Poppin', S-Van, Jay Streezy. I can't remember who all the other ones are, but they're all just doing. Oh God, let's not talk about the Dr. Disrespect thing. They're all doing stupid things. They're doing stupid things out of DreamHack. Like they were doing hide and seek. They were streaming a laser tag match. It's just pretty cool. So I look forward to your IRL stream, and then I look forward to Arbiter's Fitness Fridays stream as well.
Yes, of course.
He's gonna take us to the gym.
Yes, Fitness Friday. I'm probably the last person you can ask in the community, but I definitely know a few managers who are really into fitness. Not gonna throw them under the bus or anything. And
Arby's being mean to me.
Coder is one of them.
Okay, so I want to let you know, Arby, I was at the gym and the person behind the desk, not a trainer or anybody, was like, "Hey, just so you know, you can get free personal training lessons since you're a new member here."
Personal
and
training
I didn't talk
lessons.
to this person, or personal training sessions. Sorry. So
we're gonna learn you how to personally train. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting your story.
I was thinking, what made this person come over to me and offer this to me? I was sitting in the middle of the gym. I was on a bike. I wasn't doing any weights. So this person must have seen me working out.
Well, that's why, because you were doing the lowest effort fitness ever. But kudos to you doing something.
No, I smashed that bike. I'm hitting 20 miles an hour. I'm out there killing it.
Sitting there, just on that bike. He's like casually pedaling away. Maybe he's like texting on his phone as he's doing it. They're like, we need to help this poor guy out. We need to go give him some true advice. That's why they approached you. Come on now.
So the average age of the area that I live is pretty high. There's a bunch of old people that live here. There's a bunch of old people who go to my gym, and they have the lazy pedal bikes where you're essentially reclined, chilling, and they have like 38-inch monitors. I love seeing the old dudes chilling. Just watching Fox News in the morning, they're pedaling. I love that shit.
I can picture that.
It's gonna be you one day if you're not careful.
That's my plan. They actually look like they're having a blast.
That's gonna be solid, Coder.
Yeah, they're not even sweating. They're just there for the TV because their wife won't let them watch Fox News at home or something.
Great. More housekeeping. One more final announcement on this topic. Trouble in Terror Town, the CSGO. According to our Game Tracker statistics, for those who don't know, Game Tracker is a very old-fashioned way to track server stats. So when you open up a server, you go and register it on their website, and basically they track rankings based on player count and player retention and stuff.
It is also the reason we get a bunch of people from Italy joining our TeamSpeak server, asking if we want to play League of Legends.
Yep. Lots of
I was legitimately interrupted twice. I was playing games last night, and I was twice by two Italian dudes that join up going, "You want to play League of Legends?" I'm like, "No, I don't." That wasn't even an Italian accent, but I mean, I couldn't handle
Google Translate.
I like the attempt.
Yeah. That wasn't even close to Italian accent. Coming from Italian, I'm kind of offended. But
RV, do you remember those Moroccan guys from the other day?
You mean the ones I had to ban off the TeamSpeak? Those ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some Moroccan guys that were just out here to party, dude.
Oh, great. Apparently that was a British accent that I just did. My apologies to those that are actually Italian, and I'm disappointing you by giving the worst British Italian. Italian.
Anyway, our Trouble in Terrorist Town CSGO server has moved to #1, not in the United States, but global. It is now the #1 global Terror Town server. And the competition is fierce out there. You know, I don't know what it is. People just are attracted to the EGO server. You know, they see Larry the Lobster and custom stats on there going hard. And they're just like, wow, I want to hang out with these sweaty gamers. And they just stay.
I bet that's the #1 thing that goes through their mind.
I'm pretty sure everybody has seen Godzilla's 3,000 view TTT 15 kill streak, edited to the worst music ever heard, and they just want to get on the server and see if they can get more than 15. You know what's insane? Godzilla's had that record for like 2 or 3 years now. Nobody's beaten it. 15s are like hard cap.
I haven't seen this video. You're out here saying that everybody's seen this. I haven't seen this.
Well, it was infamous back at PG.
Oh yeah, the editing, the professionalism.
Well, how old is this?
Aim and gameplay.
The video is maybe 3 years old.
Here, let me see this.
Taken in 2016, I think.
Oh dear God.
Here, let's see this.
Let's see if we can find it.
Godzilla going overkill. CS:GO TTT. I'm putting it in chat so everybody can see. Let's get Godzilla.
Hook me up with hook me up with a machine gun, and I'll just RDM everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great.
Wow, it's at 9K views. I really underestimated his popularity.
Yep. So people of the Trouble in Terrorist Town server and the CS:GO and Division recently has been killing it. You guys are doing a great job. Congratulations to all the players there. You know, I mean, TTT, it's classic game mode. I personally am absolutely horrible at it. I'm better at Jailbreak, getting yelled at by young children. But you know, TTT never really mastered it, and the people on there are like professionals, and I am garbage, so I just don't even enter the server anymore. But you know, maybe you can teach me one day, Coder. You teach me 5M too.
I just realized I just put shame on Godzilla. I linked the wrong video. His kill streak was
way to go.
No. This one's even worse, so don't worry. Right. It's just louder. It's the same music but louder. You got 17 kills. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah. Big numbers out there.
All right. Well, that is our housekeeping topics. I don't believe we have anything else in terms of
Oh yeah, nothing super important like community spotlight voting still being open for a little bit longer.
Technically it's closed, but yes, let's
is it closed?
We'll plug it one more time, but we'll just discuss it.
You're the one that put it on the topic list, so I don't even feel bad.
Yeah,
that's the link. If you haven't put
it closed at 7 o'clock, but if people submit votes, we'll count them. But we've already basically determined a winner for the most part. Community Spotlight program. Again, we highlight, you know, one individual in the community that's really stood out, and it's nominated by peers in the community. The reception for this one was really good. We got almost 80 total votes from across the community, way up from last time. Not counting the 2,000 spam votes I received on Sunday.
Legit 2,000 spam votes.
Yeah,
no exaggeration of the matter.
No exaggeration. I have the screenshot. I think I posted it in our leadership Discord. Yeah, I know exactly who it came from too, and they are no longer with us. And I think you know what I mean by that, Legend.
You gave them the band hammer.
Yeah. Yep. Community Spotlight stuff though, really just a great program. We'll have the post up for it probably next week for the announcing of the winners, and then we're going to kind of change up how it's run. Gonna make a few more tweaks to it just so we can really make the most out of the program. And yeah, it's great. It's just a great time. I'm still waiting to get my community spotlight. I never got it in PG, and I'm not offended by that one bit. But
Man,
one
sucks to suck. Too bad you're never gonna get it.
Yeah, technically, I'm not
F's,
eligible.
throw all the F's in the chat for that one. Sorry,
Yo,
Arbiter.
RB, now we're gonna be in the same boat as custom stats. What a shame, dude.
What a shame, dude.
I'm throwing so much shade right now.
All right, so that is our housekeeping stuff. Let's move on to like big topics, big stuff. So E3, everyone knows
Bathrooms.
bathrooms.
Okay, so RB, I want to start a series with you
Okay.
where we go to conventions and we go into bathrooms and annoy people. Do you think this is a good
And-
idea?
You want to stream from the EdgeGamers account in the bathroom?
Yeah, so what I want to do, EdgeGamers account, stream team, and
Mhm.
I'm just going to go into bathrooms and I'm going to start yelling about being a champion, the best there ever is and was.
Right.
And I think that's going to go well. I don't think I'll get banned from Twitch, and I think these convention staff will really appreciate the exposure that we're bringing them.
No, I think you're right, and I think also what we should do is probably wear our EdgeGamers shirts.
Yes, absolutely.
And we should hand out EdgeGamers merchandise right out of the bathroom. I mean, why pay for a convention stand when you can just do it right there? Guy walking up to wash his hands, nope. Just hand him an EdgeGamers mug. Nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, listen, I think that this could take us to the next level. Legend, do we have your approval to do this?
Yeah,
No.
Can we get authorization from Legend? Oh wow, that got shot down quick.
Yeah, no.
Well, what a party.
We'll have to go back to the drawing board. But and everyone knows E3, gaming's biggest convention, biggest moment of the year. Lots of news this year, I have to say. Now, first, did any of you guys actually watch the stream at any point throughout?
I watched some streams. They're always cringy and hard to watch.
Mhm.
So I normally go until they play the trailer, the gameplay trailer, whatever trailer they got going on. And then afterwards, if those cringy nerds keep on talking about their game, I normally leave.
Okay. Legend, did you watch any of it?
No. And other than just some recaps on like YouTube, I didn't catch anything. I didn't watch anything live. This is probably
not a
the
true
first.
gamer.
It's the first year I haven't watched anything live, and yeah, I don't know. I don't.
You're a fake gamer. You're not a real gamer then.
Yeah.
Everyone knows real gamers. They sit down with their.
Okay, I did
friends
watch
and-
Bethesda. I did watch Bethesda's live. That's the only thing that I
Okay.
watched, and I am
You gotta
super
pass.
interested in the whole Doom thing.
That's fair.
Doom looked cool. The movement in that's interesting. I like the idea of bringing some new movement into Doom. That should be pretty interesting.
I gotta say, Coder, what you mentioned about the cringy conferences, that kind of interests me. Now, I remember last year being a complete disaster, and I remember the year before that being a disaster.
They're
so
always
bad
bad.
that this year I was like, all right, I'm not gonna watch it. I know it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be tons of, probably people from Vine there, trying to force advertise, and it's just not gonna go well. Now, I have to say, I watched it this year, and I was almost disappointed, and I wasn't disappointed necessarily with the announcements. I was disappointed that there was no cringy moments, for at least off the top of my head. The
Did you
EA
watch the
press
Jedi
conference-
Fallen Order stream?
Okay, all right. I have to admit that the commentator there was going a little nuts, and we'll touch on that game in specific in a minute. But there was no people forgetting their lines. There was no one falling off the stage this year. No
People fell off the stage last year.
Oh yeah, the 2016 one and the 2017 one, both years. People.
No, I didn't
fell
know people
over
fell
in
off
the
the stage.
EA conference. Oh, trust me. I
Well,
watched.
EA's been
recaps
doing
on it.
they've been doing their own thing for the last 2 or 3 years now. They've been doing the EA Play thing and not attending
Yeah,
E3.
before E3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
I have to say, I was a little disappointed. One of the reasons I was mainly disappointed, though, is Sony just kind of skipped out on the conference. They were not there this year.
Are they doing their own thing too?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. In their press release, they said they were focused on their own stuff. They wanted to take time and focus on Sony Entertainment, and they would have more announcements at some point. I don't know if they're doing their own conference. They didn't say specifically, at least from what I. But them not being there was just, it was weird. I mean, usually the whole point for E3, at least me, the fun I have is, Xbox and Sony going at each other, or Sony and Microsoft rather, and deciding who had the better conference. And now that there was no Sony this year, it was like, well, I mean, Microsoft kind of, actually, even the Microsoft conference really was not that eventful. They had the Project Scarlet, which we'll talk about in a second, the announcement for that. And really, Halo Infinite were the only two huge announcements from Microsoft. Yeah, it was definitely weird not seeing so big moments.
I mean, are we actually interested in the whole concept of consoles? Is that like, are we really intrigued?
No, and they keep on lying about what they're going to be able to do. I don't know if you guys saw anything about Scarlet, but they're talking about 8K support,
8K,
and things like
120 FPS.
It's like, bro, my computer, nobody's computer can play 8K. You're not getting that. You're not getting 8K at 120 FPS.
Yeah, I mean, they really did not offer any specifics. And the thing I don't get about this is, I understand that the console is kind of aimed towards, your entry market. It's easy. You plug it into a wall and you start it and you're done. Whereas, to get, decent line computer, unless you're going to go buy an HP or an Alienware or, CyberPower or iBuyPower, and, kind of have to shell out a decent bit of cash to get something that's decent. If you have zero knowledge about how to build your own computer, sometimes it makes sense to go the console route. I mean, obviously that's where I started. I had an Xbox and I made my way over to PC. I think a lot of people, maybe not Legend because he's a dinosaur in terms of age, but
what the heck?
I'm sorry, I had to throw you under the bus real quick.
I'm not even close to a dinosaur.
That was because you said Italian with an E.
Italian.
Coder, did you start out with consoles too, or were you a hardcore PC gamer, right out of the conception?
I don't really know if this counts as a game, but I think we talked about this on our last podcast, where the first game I ever played was this like Tonka game. You had like this plastic contraption that went on top of a keyboard, and it had like a separate mouse thing, and you could play with like construction trucks on these old ass e-machines. That was technically the first video game I ever played, but I don't think I ever got past the first level or actually did anything in that because I was like 3. My first console, my first like actual gaming experience was, I remember the day after my birthday, I was kind of upset with some of the presents I got, and since I was a spoiled little kid, my dad went out and got me an Xbox. The first one,
get out.
The black and green console.
Wow.
And don't worry, this story gets so sad in a second here. I might cry talking about it. Okay. So no, it's not that bad. So the game that it came with was some BMX game. It was like a release game that came out with the first Xbox, and it was like an open world BMX game. You go ride in people's backyards and BMX in their empty pools and stuff like that. So I had the console for 3 days, this original Xbox, and my grubby little cousin comes through, and he was like, I think 12 years old, and he's like, "Oh, he's too young to have an Xbox. That's a big boy console. He needs a PlayStation." So my parents hated me. They gave my cousin the Xbox, and they bought me a PlayStation.
Why would they listen to him?
I don't know.
That's really screwed up.
And then because of that, I became a PlayStation kid. I had PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PS4. The only time I played Xbox was when I would go over to my friend's house. I remember not being able to play Halo at home, and I loved playing Halo, so I would have to go over to my neighbor's house to play Halo. Yeah, he ruined my gaming experience. I did get to play Shadow Colossus, though, when I was way too young, and that game scared the shit out of me. So my cousin can also take the blame for that.
Yeah, I didn't really play consoles all that much at all. I did have the original Xbox. I had the 360. I mean, I had all like the Nintendo consoles growing up and stuff like that. But I was mostly like, I would play on our actual desktop computer, just like random games. And then, I mean, really the game that I had to beef up for was I started playing World of Warcraft. And after that, I jumped into the Steam games. But I mean, WoW was probably the game that got me into like PC gaming. But I was never really into like super consoles. I mean, the Nintendo consoles are cool. Like I had an N64. I should have kept that, and I regret ever getting rid of it. The GameCube, like all those, like there's some good games that Nintendo had.
I remember hating I remember hating the GameCube controller. I can never figure it out.
Because you were playing on freaking PlayStation. That's why.
Yeah, I know. I think playing PlayStation made my hands stay smaller, too.
Yeah.
Because that little tiny baby controller, I'll always have my hands curled around it.
I have Donald Trump hands.
You were just destined to have little baby women hands. Oh, I said women. I take that back. You need man hands.
I've we can't say Trump hands either. I have smaller than average hands because of my PlayStation experience. If I had an Xbox, my hands would have stretched around that giant ass controller. It's a real shame.
Yeah, it's proved by science, 100%.
Yep. Totally off topic, but for those people discussing World of Warcraft in chat and insulting it, you suck and no one likes you. But besides that, we will be doing something with WoW Classic when it releases. I am determined to make sure we have a guild for WoW Classic, and we're going to make it happen.
EGO guild, all right. Yeah, no, I have to admit too, my can I even say gaming career coder? I think I'll just say my experience.
What really got him into the gamer zone was
let's please not say that. Let's say my first real experience with playing games was Club Penguin. Honorable.
That must have really gotten you rock hard in the gamer zone, brother.
I played Club Penguin as well. You got me hardcore there.
Exactly. That's where all gaming roots started. They either started on Club Penguin or Toontown, or one of those other freaking online worlds.
Oh yeah, I used to pick up the coolest pedophiles in the pizza shop. Go in there. Anybody want to be my girlfriend? Take you out for a nice slice. Some 40-year-old man behind his computer. Oh, I got one.
Hey, Club Penguin role playing and dating. That's still a thing. They got what is it?
Oh no.
No.
So if you're interested, it's there.
No.
Oh man.
Anyway, moving off of weird old men in pizza restaurants.
Hold on. Let's ask. I want to ask because it's important. Okay. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So just get back on topic of E3. For everybody in the chat, what was your like highlight of E3? What was the best announcement of E3? What did you think the best announcement was, game wise, or like I don't know, the ending? Dude, do you see the video for the Microsoft Flight Sim? That is such a good point. That thing looks absolutely beautiful. Not that I'm ever gonna play a flight simulator, but I was blown away at just how it looked.
I don't think I want to spend $2,000 on controllers.
I mean, true, but still, it looked so amazing.
Yeah, Flight Sim is definitely due for an update to some degree.
I think I skipped that trailer.
It's what? How old?
Old? While we're talking about simulators, we got a bunch of freaking community managers that are playing Farming Simulator. I can't wrap my brain around this.
See, that's when you know you have too much free time. That's when you want to play games.
I'm gonna put them all on blast. They have their own little Discord hideaway that they're talking about Farming Simulator all day. Hey, did you lay down the crop fields? Did you get it all set? Yep, I got that all set. Hey, can you go ahead and add this new tractor in? Yeah, let's get this new tractor in. I'm like, are you guys kidding me?
Don't farmers
Ripley,
IRL have
Hammer, Adam? Don, who else?
I think you're just missing out. Why don't we start the Farming Simulator division?
No.
Hey, no. You got to give the people what they want. They've already asked for a Roblox game group division.
Please.
You shot that down, and I'm still upset about it.
I'm a fan of
Farming Simulator, I think, is our new entrance. I think that's the way in.
Farming Sim. Oh yeah.
CS:GO is a thing of the past. We're gonna have to find something else.
What is the like? Why is Roblox still a part of? Why is that a thing? Roblox is like past its time, is it not?
Oh not at all. I mean, me, Epic Flamingos, a few other of my friends, we boot up Roblox occasionally.
No, get out.
We go
You do
on there,
not.
play some Phantom.
You
Where's
gotta play
Epic
Phantom
Flamingos?
Forces.
I know he's in the chat. He's gonna vouch. Phantom Forces.
Phantom Forces is fun, dude.
When
I'll
I'm-
admit it.
Exactly. When I
Oh,
really
God.
need to do something and I'm bored and I've got nothing else to do, I want to kill 30 minutes. Why not? I mean, it's a free game. You know, tons of intelligent people populate it.
Yeah,
know,
it is.
really,
When you
find
play,
the finest people on there.
when you play is the highest quality of opponent in that game.
Yeah.
There is no way that you're gonna go 60 kills in one if you're terrible at shooters. That just doesn't happen. Phantom Forces is where you go for the true competitive gameplay.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you were talking about Black Ops Coder. We can basically just drop that and get back into Phantom Forces.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now that I think about it, we should start a Phantom Forces squad arbiter.
I agree. I think we could do it.
You know what?
Mhm.
I think I might need to start spending money on Phantom Forces skins, because I think that's where we were really missing out. Like, I didn't have a gold AK-47, and
Right.
I need one to get some more kills.
Yeah, I think honestly, that skin would at least compensate for, your lack of ability in the game. Maybe not you necessarily. I know that every game we play, you're sweating, you're going hard. You roll the curtains up. You don't want the sun getting into your room and taking you out of the gamer zone.
Yeah.
So I know every game we play, you're going hard, whether it be Club Penguin or,
No,
Club
I don't
Penguin,
go
Game
hard
Craft.
when I play Club Penguin.
Right.
Dude,
Absolutely
you gotta love
not.
me some Club
No.
Penguin.
No.
You gotta play that minecart game and get all those coins. Come on.
Never again. More
Did you
E3
guys?
stuff though?
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead,
On
go ahead.
E3
You gonna talk
stuff.
about- Okay.
Did
Mhm.
you guys see the trailer for Cyberpunk 2077?
I did.
It
did.
looks gorgeous. I know that's not
does.
what the game is actually going to look like,
Oh no,
but
it's gonna
that
be horrible.
trailer, that
Hey, Arbiter,
trailer.
what's the name of the guy with the long hair at the end of the trailer? What's his
so
name?
before I get called out here, I just want to explain.
What's his name? Can
I
you
just
tell
wanna
me his
explain.
name?
Very quickly when we were doing the notes for this podcast,
No,
I
what's
had to
his
figure
name?
out.
What's
I
his
had to
name?
figure out the name of the trailer. Okay, and I couldn't think of the actor who obviously is now Keanu Reeves or however you want to say.
Oh,
it.
dear
So,
God.
very
All
quickly,
right,
I
guys.
just very
We're
Oh,
done.
who is
I
who
just
is the
had
old
to
man
find
now?
Fortnite John Wick. Okay, that's very fast. I just had to type something down very quick. All right, he's
Is
got a
that
weird name.
that
No.
Fortnite guy?
You got his name. You got his name perfect, dude.
Right.
I was really excited when they popped up Keanu Reeves. He looked excellent. Like
Yeah.
the recreation of his face. Arby, what was his name again?
Fortnite John Wick.
Yeah,
That's what I have him labeled
Kanu.
down as.
His name's Kanu. That
Look,
just
I
made
didn't,
the
I didn't
podcast.
watch any of the
That
John
made the
Wick movies.
podcast.
I'm not old. Okay, I get a pass. All right, just like you said, Italian. I'm allowed to mispronounce them.
Oh yeah. It's not
Connor
like
will
he
get a
was in
pass.
any other movies. The Matrix, Bill and Ted. Yeah.
Old people movies.
Just
right.
just Keanu was only
He's
in
the-
John Wick.
He's the guy with the Fortnite skin, and
Yeah.
known as John Wick.
Arby is
Oh my
literally a
God.
13-year-old trapped inside of an adult.
You're a
Actually,
meme.
I actually turned
You
12
are
yesterday.
you are a meme.
But yeah,
Speaking of
no,
memes,
I have
we
to
need to
admit,
have
it
memes.
looked really, really good. It really did look good. I'm really hoping when it comes out, it's not horrible. What I think is hysterical is you can already pre-order the game. It comes out in a year, and you can pre-order it on Steam.
Dude, they want their money.
A year in advance. I mean, yeah, they're really doubling down. But I mean, it's CD Projekt Red. They haven't disappointed with a single game I played through the Witcher series, and I mean, really, I don't think these guys are even capable of producing a bad
perfect.
game.
Not buggy game. Always run perfectly. Never crash. They're always great.
Yeah. Besides that, we had the Breath of the Wild announcement. Apparently, Breath of the Wild is getting a sequel. It'll be on the Switch. I have to admit, never even played Breath of the Wild. I know. Hopefully, I'm not the only one in this room who hasn't. Coder, Legend.
I don't
need
have
to
a
get
Switch.
a Switch. I need one.
Okay. Just want to make sure I wasn't the only one.
No, I had so I teach a training class for my job every like 2 weeks, and whenever we go on like break at work during the training class, there was this dude that would bust out his Switch and start playing Zelda. I'm like, dude, you are a serious gamer if you're taking a 15-minute break and just busting out your Switch playing on our break. Come on.
You think that's hardcore? There's a kid that was in my class last semester who would bring a portable monitor plug his Switch into that and play it during class.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
That's not a thing.
And that person was you.
absolutely. Yeah, it was me. Me and my portable monitor Switch setup that I spent thousands of dollars on. And he has a sick Switch. His Switch looks like it's made out of carbon fiber. I don't even know if they make those, but he had a sick looking Switch. His monitor was carbon fiber too. He was a true gamer. That guy was getting in the zone, sure.
Speaking of gaming, real quick, Coder, I just got an alert on my phone, and it's a sad alert, but it's also a good time alert. I took a picture this time last year of, I believe it was it back then the Los Santos County Sheriff Department. It hadn't changed names yet. The roster page, and this time last year apparently was when you and me both were promoted around the same date.
Yeah. It's time for you to come back. Yeah, back to GTA.
Holy crap, that was a whole summer ago. That is absolutely nuts.
Are you going to get burnt out of Jailbreak yet and come play GTA again?
Yeah.
Is that going to happen or what?
I've already set the date. I'm leaving the server for a month, and that's the 22nd.
You're going to come play GTA instead, right?
I mean, if you guys really want me to come back, I mean, it seems every server I go on, I'm causing problems. So I don't really know if you want me back on GTA. I mean, I'm just gonna break out the truck roleplay and make sure I'm gonna make sure Ripley Tiger knows, I'm the number one player on that server. Forget Blaziken.
You're the number one.
I'm number one role player. I mean, without a doubt, it's my calling in life. I'm sure of it.
Hey RB, do you remember the stripper roleplay that we did with like 8 of us in a van?
Some of my darkest moments in my entire life. Yeah.
Do you want to tell people how we embarrassed ourselves that
Why
day?
don't you? Why don't you? You brought the story up. You might as well tell.
So, when you play GTA for 12 hours a day, you start running out of things to do. So, one day we were like, let's try to freshen this up a little. So, RB, myself, and a gang of goons, we got ourselves together, organized in a clown van.
This is horrible.
RB was driving it. He was a male character, and there were 4 or 5 of us in the rear of the van, and we were all dressed as females, doing our best female voices. But
do you want to demonstrate your female voice? Just for some context, you want to give us?
I think we're good.
Are you sure? I think it'd really add to the discussion.
Oh God.
I think I shouldn't.
Okay, that's fair.
I think I shouldn't because I was probably very drunk or something when we were doing it.
I don't think you were. I think you were enjoying it. But continue with the story. I don't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
But essentially, we get on a traffic stop, and Arbiter's in the front, and he starts taking this to a dark place.
Do you remember who stopped you?
Yeah, it was absolutely Ripley Tiger and a bunch of people that don't play anymore. So there were, I'm trying to remember exactly. This happened so long ago, but Ripley was absolutely a part of it. And so we were getting chased, or we're at this traffic stop. I just took a step forward. So we're at this traffic stop, and Arbiter takes this thing to a dark place. He's like, "You ladies back there, shut the fuck up. Stop saying shit. Don't say anything." Arbiter, you want to let them know what it actually sounded like?
You're killing it. Go ahead. Keep going.
So the officer walks up to the vehicle, but the thing is, in GTA, there's like a voice range, so anywhere within the range you can hear this. So the cop back there can, of course, hear Arbiter telling this van of women to shut up and stop screaming, which of course makes all of us dudes start screeching. And the officer walks up to the vehicle, asks Arbiter out, and we had to take a step back, and so we stopped talking. Arbiter's talking to the cop, and the cop's asking him what he's doing, why there are all these females in the car, blah blah. Arbiter's like, "Oh, they're mine. They're my females." And so at this point, the cop's trying to arrest Arbiter, and Arbiter hops in the car, starts shooting at the cops, and we're on a pursuit with 6 shrieking men pretending to be females, and Arbiter telling us to shut the fuck up. Anyways, the pursuit ends when Arbiter veers off road to the railroad tracks, and we get pit in that time The van flips. I jump out as it's flipping and am ejected. Arbiter gets out of the car with an AK-47 and starts shooting at all the cops that were chasing us. And he puts the van between himself and the line of fire. And we have 6 shrieking dudes. I'm running up the side of the mountain. I look down the hill, and all I see is bullets flying between the cop cars and the vans. At the end of it all, 3 of the females got killed. Arbiter killed all the cops, got in the van with all the dead RPers in it, and drove away, started a bank robbery, and that's when he got caught when he went to go rob this bank. It was an intense scene. This is what you can expect on the server if you want to hop on. This is the high quality roleplay that we've been missing out on.
Yeah, I think, now that I've had to relive this, and I remember it incredibly vividly, between that and the pig RP, I don't remember when we loaded the van up with animals, sprays, Superboy, Epic Flamingos, and they role played as animals. Yeah, that was I think we might have gotten that banned from the server. I don't remember. I know Ripley. I believe it was Ripley who stopped us. Either Ripley or Tram. I don't remember which. But yeah, that now that you've mentioned it, I might have to make a return. I'm really thinking about it.
Oh, this was when vehicles. Yo, RB, I just remember the best point. This is when vehicles were allowed. So you drove a van of dead hookers inside of the bank and had an entire bank robbery RP with a bunch of dead people inside with you.
Yeah, like I said,
typical
when I enter the server,
criminal.
I get things
RP.
banned, I get rules changed, so I'm not trying to cause any headaches.
He's the reason that new rules are created. And there you go. There it is. There it is.
Literally every single time Arbiter has played since then, he's gotten something changed. One time he was running away from Jack L, the great EC
Oh, you gotta tell the taser. Oh no.
I'm tattling on you, RB, just so all the civs on the server know who they're dealing with. Arbiter is in a foot chase with Jack L, okay? Jack is tasing Arbiter over and over and over again. And it used to be that once you got tased, there was a 3-second timer. Okay? Jack was having trouble cuffing up Arbiter. And I think, Arbiter, how many times did you say you got tased in total? About 5, right?
Yeah, might be about that. 5 or 6, I think.
So RB is riddled with tasers. And he's booking it, dude. And at the end of this scene, he had been tased so many times that the cops on scene were so pissed and were like, "You've been tased this many times. There's no way that you were still running." And because of Arbiter, they increased the taser time. Y'all can blame him for that.
Yep. That was when I made my exit from the server for a few months, and then I went and ruined Jailbreak, clearly.
Ruined Jailbreak.
A path of destruction.
They appreciate that.
Oh, they do. I'm loved on that server. I'm loved on every server.
So let's take a look at one of the requested topics from one of the members, and that was, what do we do IRL? What are our actual responsibilities and jobs outside of EdgeGamers?
Oh, Legend, you gotta go first, obviously.
So, I mean, I'm not going to go into specifics. Essentially, the easiest way I can get to understand it is I'm a teacher. I'm in a classroom and I train. My official rank's training manager, but I teach people all day. That's what I do outside of EdgeGamers. So when I'm not here, I'm still talking in front of a bunch of people and doing that for 8 hours straight. And then I come home, do it at home. That's what I do.
Do you really think you... What have you taught me, though, in our time? You say you're teaching here, too. I'm implying when you said you got home, or when you go home, you also... So, I mean, what can you teach me today? I want to learn.
Unfortunately, I can't teach you how not to be a moron. It's just impossible. So, I mean...
Okay. Hey, RB, what were you expecting to happen there?
I don't know. I was expecting something. You know what, Arbiter, I'd love to teach you how to Photoshop. Arbiter, I'd love to teach you how to do these changes with the forms you've requested for 2 weeks. But you know what?
I do own my own business as well. So I have a photography and graphic design business that I do on the side. But I haven't done that too much since I've moved down to Arizona from New York. So, I mean, I do that as well. But what do you do, Arbiter? What do you do?
Oh, throwing me under the bus. I have the most generic job probably ever. I am a salesman at a Honda dealership here in New York, in the lovely state, Empire. And I don't schemingly sell cars to people. And it's a great time. It really is a great time. My love for Honda shows no bounds.
Wait,
And
Arby, you work at a car dealership now?
unfortunately.
We got some car dealership stories we can share because
Oh, no.
I used to work at a car dealership as a salesman.
Well, I'm going to throw you under the bus in a second because I'm more curious with what you've been up to. But
I got busy.
I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm working, and I'm just I come home and I boss around 3 middle-aged men. One does art, and one is my secretary and proofreads all my writing. Oh, the other one is not middle-aged.
I was just gonna say 3 middle-aged. Excuse me.
One of them is 11. So don't want to forget Thorium.
Arbiter, I'm at this point. I'm
He's
entirely
the farthest
positive
thing from
that
middle-aged.
I'm entirely positive that Arbiter is just a 12-year-old trapped in a grown man's body. Mister, you're very old. 21. Wow, you're gonna die soon, huh?
I looked in the mirror yesterday and saw my
crying little baby.
My hairline is moving backwards, and then I realized maybe I'm going to turn 13 soon.
It's okay.
So
I can relate.
Oh yeah, trust me. That's for a whole.
As soon as my hair starts going, it's just I'm gonna go bald. That's it.
Embrace the bald.
Admit
Mr.
defeat.
Clean.
Yes, everything. Just go completely bald.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see that, to be honest. I think you look good with it. But Coder, it's time to throw you under the bus. What are you up to? Are you still selling peanut butter jelly sandwiches on the side of the street, or where are you?
I never sold peanut butter jelly sandwiches. Arbiter just has a cartoonish idea of what other people do. Oh man, you're 21 years old. You must have a big lemonade stand or something.
Okay. You sound like Godzilla.
That's disrespectful. All right. What do I do? So, prior to the summer, I was just doing school. I was pretty lazy. This last semester, I had a tutoring job that I never got scheduled hours for. So, that's what I was doing during the summer, or during the school year. Now we're into the summer, and I did the reverse, and I've made myself more busy than I am during the school year. Right now, I am. Oh, oops, sorry. Right now, I am doing some teaching for a summer camp. I'm teaching computer science. And I also have a horrible internship that I've been working 12 hours a day at. It's at a tech company here in San Diego. I don't really want to get into too many specifics because there's some weirdos that watch us.
Yeah, you don't want me to send you flowers to your desk or something, right?
But yeah, I was about to get a little too specific. But yeah, I'm working there. I am essentially a desk slave right now, and I don't get to do anything cool, but that might start changing towards the end of the summer. And
so am I the only one that thinks they have a good job? Because both of you downplayed your job significantly.
Well, yeah, I mean, sales sucks. It's horrible, especially working on cars is one thing because
the camp job I'm doing is awesome.
But actually having to interact with people, which are mostly in their 80s and 90s. It's a little difficult.
Wait, you're selling cars to 80 and 90 years?
That's the clientele, man. That's just where I live, I guess.
Wow, your margins must be so great.
Oh, they're fantastic.
I have a question for you, Arbiter.
Okay.
How many products in your add-on catalog do you guys have that aren't actually anything that you add on?
Do you have
the interior spray protection?
Most of the add-on packages are just you can get floor mats with a Honda symbol, or you could get an air freshener with a Honda symbol on them, or you can mount a giant spoiler to the back of your minivan. Really, the imagination is completely endless here. Anything you want, we'll do it.
Okay,
for a ridiculous price. Yeah.
Do you have any scumbag sales? Anything that you've been taught to say that is just something that occurs on every single vehicle?
This is a great car.
Just say it to old people.
That's the one right there. This is a fantastic car. You're gonna love it.
Well, that's part of why I'm so bad at it is because I'm a little too honest. When they asked me, should I buy this Accord Touring, which was rated one of the worst cars in America in 2014, I don't try to sugarcoat it. I'm just no. Mr. 90-year-old man with your $1 million paycheck, I would take that money and go buy a Ferrari. and that's probably why my margins are so low. And that's probably why I'll end up on the side of the street next week.
Wow,
So,
you are not doing a good job.
no, not one bit.
So
I'm
you
not a
don't
good
pop the
salesperson.
hood. You don't pop the hood, point to the timing belt, and you're like, "This on our Hondas is a highly engineered Kevlar reinforced timing belt. This
Nope.
thing will improve the reliability of any Honda that it's on." You don't say shit like that.
No, but if you buy the new Accord Sport, you can get carbon fiber cup holders.
You don't advise them of the NASA technology used in the wiper blades that is the same technology that every single wiper blade on the planet has.
Unless they ask specifically, I usually skip over that part.
Man, RB, I got some techniques to teach you. We're gonna get you rolling in dough. If by the end of the summer you don't own at least one Rolex, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Tell you what,
own
this is
some
what we'll do.
Rolexes.
You can
That's
help
the
me
standard.
out with some sales tips, and I will help you get back into the gym.
So
and,
when
we won't help
Wow.
Legend win anything.
so when I turned 18, I took up a job at a used car dealership, and the first summer I came out with like a grand extra than I should have, and I was like, I'm gonna buy myself a used Rolex.
A
So,
used one,
we'll
yeah. That's exactly what you told people to do. You go up to them and like, hey guys, take a look at my used Rolex that I just got. I invested tons of money in my used Rolex. And this is coming from somebody that says that they exceed in sales.
It's broken now, and I can't afford to get it fixed.
Oh, you don't still wear it? I mean, who actually buys a watch and looks at it for the time? I know I don't.
I
just wear it 'cause
lost
it's
so
nice.
much. I lost interest in it maybe a month after owning it.
Huh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're making responsible decisions for what you're purchasing.
Hey,
That's
RB,
great.
do you want to buy my used Rolex for $1,000? Help me
No, you
break
know what?
even.
After he just downplayed
you
the
have to
used
work on yourself.
Rolex.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
All right, guys. I think we're at a solid point to bid farewell to our nice podcast attendees here. Any parting thoughts? Anything that you would like to pass along to these nice folks that are tuned in?
Yeah, gamers, rise and grind.
Yeah, that was real great.
Make
I'm just trying to
contact
be a
leaderships
motivational source.
and ask for the Roblox division to return, and hopefully we get enough support.
Yeah,
Yep.
please.
Yep.
So we're not going to have a podcast in 2 weeks because actually there's a clan-wide meeting that falls on June 30th. So we're going to have to be creative on when the next podcast is going to be. We're going to have to figure it out. The EdgeGamers birthday is in like 2 weeks. It is coming up very quickly. So that's why the meeting falls on the 30th. So heads up on that. Keep your eyes on the homepage, I guess, on when the next podcast is going to be. But we'll leave it at that for today. Thank you, dudes, so much for tuning in to EdgeGamers Nameless podcast. On behalf of Arbiter and Coder here, we'll see you next time. Right?
Get in the gamer zone, boys.
2 weeks? Yeah, I hope I'm here whenever the next one happens.
Yeah, I'll be in the gamer zone in 2 weeks. Absolutely, for sure.
Great. That's great, Coder. I'm glad. Club Penguin chat.
We're not playing Club Penguin.
Dear God. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in.